All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again with corrupt DA Fani Willis, which a lot of us believe that she is pretty much going to be removed and disqualified. That's what we all believe, but we don't know what side that this judge is leaning on. Because remember, I've been watching the comment section. I've been seeing a lot of y'all saying y'all do not trust this judge. Y'all do not trust Judge McAfee at all. A lot of y'all was feeling like it don't take 2 weeks to make a judgment. Like, I really feel like it don't take 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he probably could have said a few days, week at the most, but 2 weeks, we don't really think it take that long to make a judgment. Now, remember when she lost to the last judge was, I think his name was Robert McBurney. And I think that what Doug is finna go in and cover what he did to Fani Willis. Remember, this judge got the word Mac in front of his last name as well, just like McAfee. Don't know if he's gonna do the same ruling as Judge McBurney did, but we're gonna check it out. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. And let's go.
We have videos of the judge. We have a brand new round of articles. We have Lily White, Merrick Garland going around to black churches talking about keeping the vote matching, keeping vote machines, keeping the vote wide open. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is Maze on Twitter. In July of 2022, Fani Willis got caught fundraising for the opponent of someone she was investigating in the election case. The judge gave her a really stern warning, but didn't take her off the case. The system is corrupt. Prepare for this to happen again. So what you're going to see here,
oh man,
we'll get to the judge giving Fani Willis a warning. This is in 2022.
Because a judge in Georgia has admonished the Atlanta area district attorney who's investigating Trump's attempts to overturn and steal Georgia's electoral votes. The prosecutor, Fani Willis, is how you pronounce it? Fani Willis is under fire for hosting a fundraiser for a Democrat who's running against one of the targets of her investigation, a state senator who is one of the fake electors.
The main thing is Fani Willis as DA is supposed to be neutral, and she's funding the opponent of someone she is prosecuting. That's the corruption, and this judge is going, can't do that, Fani.
Using the title of your office and having on social media that you as this political office holder are holding a fundraiser for the opponent of someone that this political office is investigating.
I have to point out, she has intermixed her own political fortunes with this case in a way that I think is going to backfire significantly against her, because she subpoenaed a Republican candidate for office and then hosted a fundraiser for his Democratic opponent. The judge threw her off that part of the case and said, quote, "What were you thinking?"
I don't know that it's an actual conflict, but I use that phrase, "What were you thinking?"
That's one way of putting it. I use the phrase, "What the hell were you thinking?" He's going, I wouldn't do it. He's watching this corrupt Fani Willis do it, and he's baffled. He is so, this judge is slow. Let me see this guy's name. Judge Robert. This is Judge Robert McBurney.
Robert McBurney.
Oh, Robert, you're always the last to know.
Where the prosecutor thought I could prosecute the co-defendant of someone I defended. It's a "what are you thinking" moment. The optics are horrific.
She's used her own subpoenas in this case. She subpoenaed Lindsey Graham. Then she recirculated a cartoon, a political cartoon, making fun of Lindsey Graham as part of a political fundraising effort.
If you are trying to have the public believe that this is a nonpartisan, driven by the facts, and I'm not here to critique decisions, the decision was made, but if we are trying to maintain confidence that this investigation is pursuing facts in a nonpartisan sense, no matter who the district attorney is, we follow the evidence where it goes and ignore the fact that I hosted a fundraiser for the political opponent of someone I've just named the target. That strikes me as problematic.
What's this guy doing in Georgia? He almost looks honest. He's going, Fani, what are you doing? This is
corruption.
2 years ago.
Corruption.
He warned her back in 2022.
On that yet, she gave her opinion about Donald Trump's criminal state of mind. All of this is bad form by a prosecutor. She absolutely does know better, and it's going to be a problem for her when this case comes to fruition.
He warned her. She didn't listen.
Didn't listen at all.
I'm going to go hire Nathan Wade. Okay, here's Colin Rugg. Just in. Attorney General Merrick Garland, this is Biden's hatchet man, bag man, tells a group of black people at a Selma church service that he is working hard to halt voter ID laws because they are, quote, discriminatory, burdensome, and unnecessary. Is a voter ID, can black people handle that? Because all these white liberals keep saying it's discriminatory and burdensome and unnecessary.
Wow.
They're like, what are you talking about? It's like asking them, do you guys stuff cash in your mattresses all the time? We're going to continue, then we'll show you the clip of Merrick Garland. Assuming that black people can't get an ID is extremely racist. True. The right to vote is still under attack. This is Merrick Garland. And that's why the Justice Department is fighting back. Do you guys need the DOJ?
The right to vote is still under attack.
The use of drop boxes and voter ID requirements, we're going to blow all those open in the name of stopping Jim Crow. Here's Merrick Garland in a black church. I don't see how he's not struck by lightning. How dare these blasphemous scumbags politicize the bride of Christ.
Right.
And that is why the Justice Department is fighting back. That is why one of the first things I did when I came into office was to double the size of the voting section of the Civil Rights Division. That is why we are challenging efforts by states and jurisdictions to implement discriminatory, burdensome, and unnecessary restrictions on access to the ballot.
Many black people out there buying this shite from this guy in your church. Where's the one Christian in this whole black church that stands up and goes, get out. We're turning over the table, the money changers' tables. Get out of our church, Merrick Garland.
Including those related to mail-in voting, the use of drop boxes, and voter ID requirements. That is why we are working to block the adoption of discriminatory redistricting plans that dilute the vote of black voters and other voters of color.
This is the same guy, remember, who covered up for Hunter Biden, cheating on his taxes, doing deals with Ukraine and China. Okay, this is the same guy.
Right, and Merrick Garland wants somebody to sit there and listen to that crap that he's saying, but trying to cover up for Hunter Biden. Doug is exactly right. I was just finna say that. Covered up for Hunter Biden, and he wanna sit there up in a black church and want somebody to listen to that crap that he's saying. You need to be trying to tell Joe Biden to close them borders. Once you go tell Joe Biden that. And as y'all can see early on in the clips, you see with the other judge, he basically warned her back then. And what do Fani Willis do? She's right back in the hellhole again. Trying to take out 18 prosecutors, trying to take out Donald Trump, and then find herself up in a romantic relationship that she was trying to hide. That she's been lying to the public, been stealing money. Can't nobody trace it. My dad told me, well, they said it's a black thing to keep. I don't know nothing about that. Keep $15,000 at the house, keep a lot of money at the house. It's just a bunch of lies that's going on. And you can see that this Judge McBurney definitely warned her back then for her corruption. And what happened a year later? Here she go again with more corruption. Fani Willis needs to be removed. We all know that. This is just crazy.
Same guy that makes up all of these lawsuits against Trump.
Yep.
Coordinating with Tisha James, Fani Willis, who knows who else. He's the one who appointed Jack Smith. That's the guy who appointed Jack Smith, sitting in a black church. How dare you, sir? How dare you? You disgust me. And you're an idiot, and you're not going to win, is my sense also. Here's Molly Hemingway, the great one, on Twitter. Request for help from the Twitterverse. This is from all of you. Fani Willis ran for office with a pledge to deal with 11,000 unindicted homicides, assaults, and shootings. Do you know where I can find out how she's doing with that campaign pledge? Anyone out there?
Yeah, because she sit up there and lied. That's what she's supposed to be. That's what her and Letitia James supposed to be covering, like the stuff that's going on, the shootings, trying to get these criminals and stuff off the street. But yet they are worried about Donald Trump. That's the problem. She sit up there and pledged and lied. She ain't covering none of that stuff. You don't hear Fani Willis covering anything that's going on out there in the streets that really need to be tended to. What she's trying to do, she's trying to take out Donald Trump. That's what she's focused on. Trying to take out Donald Trump because he's winning. Trying to put RICO charges on the other 18 defendants. That's what she's trying to do instead of trying to worry about what's going on out there in the streets. I mean, I've been waiting patiently, just like everybody else, to see what this judge is going to say. All I need to see is she removed and disqualified, and we can throw a party. That's what I'm waiting on.
There. Ha! Got her. See, Fani Willis isn't there to fight. That was what she ran under. That was all a cover. She's just going after Trump.
Yep.
As my pal Adogg says, she corrupt.
Oh, he got me in there.
Rasmussen reports. Georgia.
Shout out to Doug. Whoa, he put me up in there. Yeah, y'all hear that thunder sound? I got to take that back, man. Yo, let's go.
It was all a cover. She's just going after Trump.
Yeah.
As my pal Adogg says, she corrupt. Rasmussen reports. Georgia update. Election officials were told that Fulton County did not perform any signature verification on any absentee by mail ballot in the 2020 election. They didn't verify one signature. And, quote, election officials were never provided a chain of custody documenting what they requested.
Yeah.
This is an ex-Georgia election official in sworn testimony. This is going to go to Harrison Floyd, which Fani Willis, Harrison Floyd is the only guy that Fani Willis demanded stay in jail. He's a black man. So I just want to ask Fani Willis, is this a black thing? Here's the legal document that Rasmussen Reports is talking about. This is under oath.
That right there was my problem. Like one of my major problems with Fani Willis. Like when she went to that church, that right there really, really kind of pissed me off right there. Cause I'm like, come on now. You literally, when you get in trouble, now you want to run to a black church and try to play victim and use the race card. The white people is after me. They after Nathan Wade because he's black, knowing that ain't the reason why people are coming after y'all. I couldn't stand that she tried pulling that race card, because I mentioned this before, that all of last year when she was going after Trump, did we see any videos of her going into a church? No, but the time that she got in trouble, that she got caught up, her and Nathan Wade, she started going to these churches. She went twice that I know of. If she went a third time, please let me know in the comment section. But she'd have been to a church twice, trying to play victim, trying to get all the black people on her side, trying to get sympathy. And that's the reason why Trump lawyers called her out. That's why you seen Steve say that all of them called her out. They wasn't playing, because that's exactly what she tried to do. She tried to get sympathy, try to make everybody feel sorry for her, to make it feel like white people is going after black people. That's what she tried to do. That's the picture she tried to paint. We're not falling for that crap.
That the voter registration counts in the active, inactive voter rolls, which I had questioned for months. That is, he asked for them for months. B, the board was told that Fulton County did not perform any signature verification on any absentee by mail ballots. Anyone could have sent it in and not had a signature verified. C, the board was never provided a chain of custody documents that it requested. Now, because of that, Harrison Floyd, the only black defendant among Trump's, the 18 RICO co-conspirators of Trump, the only black guy is the one. That's why Fani Willis sent him to jail. You go to jail because he questioned this part of the election, and come to find out he's right. Here's where it ties to McAfee. McAfee is the one who heard his testimony. Here's Harrison Floyd before McAfee.
My understanding is now the Blue Crest sorting and signature verification machine was not working, or
no, we didn't use it.
They did not use that.
not use it.
So for the item you're requesting to obtain for the scans of all the outer envelopes, they would have to rescan those again, is what we're hearing.
Well, it sounds like they were never scanned to begin with, and so I don't know. Unless
So
if they were scanned, I want the scanned version.
Right.
That they had on that day.
So are there any?
McAfee, okay, we have a scanner. So do we have scans? No, we do not have scans. Well, can we get them scanned? No, we cannot get the votes scanned. That was in January of this year. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis had asked the judge to send Harrison Floyd back to jail because of his inflammatory social media post. That's when he called her boo-boo bear. But I have another theory. Let's take a look at all of the RICO guys.
Yep.
Why is only this guy going to jail? Something. Seems like
I already know Doug from the grade and expose it. I already know what he about to grade and say. But another thing that I wanted to say is that somebody in Doug comment section made an awesome point yesterday. They made an awesome point because it was like, if with the use of getting lawyers, if the judge is corrupt in the first place. And that made a lot of sense. Like, you know, people spend money to try to get lawyers and stuff. But if the judge is corrupt and he don't like who you trying to defend, then what the use of getting a lawyer? You know what I'm saying? So at this time, that's the reason why I'm just hoping the Judge McAfee, I just hope he do the right thing. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've been seeing the comments like I mentioned earlier. I've been seeing the comment section. Y'all been going crazy saying, Adogg, we do not trust Judge McAfee. We just don't trust her. The man donated to her campaign. We understand it wasn't a lot of money that he donated, but he still supported her. We just don't trust him. And I hear it. I hear exactly what y'all say, but at the same time, we got to be patient, wait and see what the outcome going to be. But that do raise a lot of red flags that he donated to her campaign, and then now he's saying it's going to take 2 weeks, which we know it don't take 2 weeks to make a judgment on something. So we don't know what side he's leaning on. So hopefully he do the right thing. We shall see. But let's get straight to this right here with Doug from the Great and Say. Let's go.
Social media post. That's when he called her boo-boo bear. But I have another theory. Let's take a look at all of the RICO guys. Why is only this guy going to jail? Something. Seems like Fani Willis told us this was about race. But now you have all these white defendants. None of them went to jail. One of them, Harrison Floyd, goes to jail. The only black man. And now suddenly it's not about race. Fani, you bigot.
Are there any documents in the county's possession of these items having already been scanned?
Not that I'm aware of, but I can check at headquarters and see if they do have it.
Okay, so the difference here is not so much that there's a total new rescanning. It's what was scanned and is still in your possession from that day.
Well,
Are we making the distinction here?
Nothing was scanned, Your Honor.
Holy smokes.
Wow.
Nothing was scanned as the conclusion. McAfee is going like, where's the scans? I mean, you're going to get the scans, right? You've got them. There has to be a chain of command, right? The county goes, nothing was scanned.
Nothing. Oh, man.
Here's MJ Truth Ultra. Fulton County, Georgia admitted they didn't do signature verification in Fulton County at all.
And the 2020
election. They had an electronic verification system, but they admitted they did not use it. They admitted they have records of voter signatures, but they did not
use it.
They have records of voter signatures, but they admitted they did not use them. They're essentially saying they could check their records, but they're saying it would take forever because of how long it takes to do signature verification. And then here's Marjorie Taylor Greene with her conclusion.
Man, love Marjorie Taylor Greene, man. Love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She calls right down the middle, and she won't Fani Willis locked up. Like, hey, MTG ain't playing around at all. She ain't playing around at all. Let's go.
Between this election stuff and Fani Willis, Fulton County might be one of the most corrupt counties in the country. We're only scratching the surface.
MTG.
Folks. This is only the beginning because this goes all the way back.
It does.
Here's Trump tearing apart in a very funny way Fani Willis and Nathan Wade.
I was indicted by Fani in Georgia. Fani. How did that work out? And her lover, Nathan Wade. And they hired him for almost $1 million because of his great, great experience. Of course, he didn't have any experience. He had experience in something else. You know that.
Oh. Trump said he didn't have any experience, but he had experience in something else. Wow. Trump came right out the gate with that one, y'all. Let's go.
And they hired him for almost $1 million because of his great, great experience. Of course, he didn't have any experience. He had experience in something else. You know that.
Trump did.
A lot of experience.
He's giving me some kind of New York sign language. What? I don't, I'm not from New York.
And at that, I'm quite sure he was very good based on the fact that she called him 2,000 times. I didn't know the gentleman. I didn't know him. Oh, you have 2,000 phone calls, 3,500 text messages.
That's a lot.
How is it possible in a short, I know a lot of people. We like a lot of people. I happen to have a very good relationship with a woman called Melania. But I would venture to say in all the years that I've known her, I might not have called her 2,500 times. That's a
lot.
I know I didn't send 3,500 text messages.
And I'll let Trump have the last word. We have a lot more news to cover, guys, a lot more Fani Willis stuff. I had to cut a ton out of this episode just to keep it a reasonable length. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing, my people. I also appreciate your support to Truthville USA. You all came out in droves.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for subscribing to him. Thanks for watching as usual. You guys are changing my life. So that's how big of an impact you are. We're going to keep getting the message out bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're voting Trump back in office this November.
That's right. I subscribe to Truthville as well, man. Love his content. Shout out to Doug for even, letting us know about him and stuff like that. So I look forward to more of his content that he got coming out. So I did make sure I subscribe, and I told a lot of my people to go over there and show him some love. Go subscribe as well. Another great video by Doug, man. But we see the corruption. We see the corruption in Fani Willis. And hey, we just waiting on this judge. So we just waiting on the news to break. I really don't think it's going to take 2 weeks. I believe he just threw 2 weeks out of there just to kind of keep people waiting. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, at least next week or something like that. I don't think it's going to be a full 2 weeks. Then again, it might be a full 2 weeks, but hopefully it's not. We need to go ahead and get this over with. So like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about in the comment section. Make sure y'all go over to Doug's channel. Go hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Let Doug know that I sent you. All right? And I'll catch y'all in the next one.